If some people were expecting me to bash her or say that she wasn't good or like she didn't deserve it, that's not gonna happen, okay? That's not gonna happen. Hello everyone, welcome once again to my channel. It's your boy Luis Portelles, and for today's video we have a very special one because we're gonna be talking about the top 5 Q&A segment of Miss Universe Philippines 2022. Just like I promised you yesterday during my recap video, I will take a moment to look back at this footage of the top 5 candidates answering the questions of the Q&A portion, and I'll give you some of my feedback, my comments, and my overall opinion about their performance. Of course, the purpose of this is not really to criticize or bash anyone, but it's just truly to give you my very humble opinion about how I feel about their performance and what they could have done better, or if it was perfect. You never know, like some of them really exceeded my expectation as well. So if you enjoyed this type of videos, please don't forget to leave a like so that it gets recommended to more people. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one almost every single day. And last but not least, let me know in the comment section, what do you think about their performance and if you agree with my comments and feedback as well. Without further ado, let's get into today's video. I really hope that you enjoy it. Here we go.
The final question and answer happens right now.
Ooh.
We have 5 envelopes here that contain different questions. For this round, you will be given 30 seconds to answer, and when you go beyond that, you will hear this sound. That sound. All right.
Pia is such a pro. Like, she adapts to the situation, even if there's little technical issues.
So our judges will be listening closely to determine the winner in this batch. Please come forward. Miss Oriental.
Let's go, Miss Oriental. Annabelle.
Please pick an envelope. Miss Oriental.
This is where the nerves start, you know?
What is your biggest insecurity?
Okay.
And how do you address it?
My socioeconomic status has been one of the biggest insecurities that I've had. 7 years ago, I was just a meager, marginalized orphan, starving and trying to make her way through. But now you see me, when you see me, think about how I've worked hard and studied even harder to be here and to aspire to conquer the universe. Thank you so much.
Oh my god. Alright everyone, let's talk about Annabelle's answer. If I'm being honest, this was actually one of my favorite answers of the entire night because of just how straight to the point, clear, and inspiring it was. I feel like talking about your social economical situation is not something that most people feel comfortable with, and she really started the question by addressing it from the start. She wasn't turning around in circles or avoiding the subject, and I think that overall is such an empowering message for women who are not in an ideal situation where they would like to be, and of course they would like to turn that around or have a change in their life. We all know that being in a pageant is very costly. It takes a lot of resources, it takes a lot of hard work. So I think that Annabelle is really an inspiration and a role model when it comes to that. I think that this question could have been answered in so many different ways with so many different type of answers that could have been easier, but I honestly give her props and honestly congratulations for really choosing something that was so true to herself and that she was able to defend so proudly without even hesitation or anything at all. Personally, one of the best answers of the entire night.
Thank you very much, Miss Oriental. Next up, we have Miss Makati.
Miss Makati! Come on, Miss D. Come to the microphone. We know that she's a microphone assassin, so.
Miss Makati, here's your question. What is your greatest fear and how do you try to overcome it?
What is your greatest fear? How you love? Okay.
Honestly, my greatest fear is making a fool out of myself sometimes. But I conquer that by always putting myself in that kind of situations. Actually, just joining a pageant was something that I was very scared about because of the pressure. But I'm standing here in front of you hoping to be your next Miss Universe so that I can make my country proud once again. Ang minamahal kong Pilipinas.
Thank you very much, Miss Makati.
Okay, let's talk about Michelle's answer. I think that this was a very honest and very heartfelt answer. And I'll tell you precisely why. I think that, Michelle, of course, already represented the country internationally in what is arguably the second biggest pageant in the world, Miss World. For some people, I know that they even consider Miss World to be the biggest pageant in the world just in terms of how old it is. But of course, there is an added layer of pressure for Michelle because of course her mother is herself a pageant icon and pageant legend in the Philippines and internationally as well. So if Michelle was to join a pageant and she did poorly, then people would often compare her to her mom, or that could hurt her public reputation or her visibility. So I think that honestly by joining a pageant she was taking a risk. But when she says that she wanted to put herself once again in that situation, get out of her comfort zone, just even though she was risking a lot, all for the sake of representing the country internationally once again. We often talk about how good Michelle is with her communication skills, and of course she was incredible here as well. But the thing that really made me appreciate her delivery and her answer was just the honesty and how relatable it was. Something that I was hoping to see from Michelle, and she really delivered on that level. So, amazing. I loved it, Miss Makati.
Next up, let's call in Miss Taguig.
Come on, Katrina. Miss Taguig. Love this girl so much.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to thank all my supporters, all the judges. Maraming salamat.
So humble.
Miss Taguig, if you could teach Filipinos one thing, what would it be and why?
It would be start loving yourself.
Mm.
Me, as a person, I have a lot of flaws. I am not perfect. And I may not be the perfect Miss Universe, but I am here trying to conquer my fear, trying to be a better person, and pageant really helped me to be a transformed woman, to be truly uniquely beautiful. And I think that is what I be having in Miss Universe. That is my greatest. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Miss Taguig.
Okay, let's talk about Katrina's performance during the Q&A moment. And honestly, I thought that a lot of you guys were expecting for me to cover this moment because I saw that there was a lot of backlash and people saying that, she did not deserve her spot because whatever, and the communication skills and all. And what I'm going to say is I actually really, really appreciated Katrina's answer because of a few things. And first of all, I think that she was coming from a place of truth. When she said that I'm imperfect, I am not the best Miss Universe or the best representative for Miss Universe Philippines or whatever it is. I am working on myself, and pageantry has just given me a platform to expand and become a better person. I believe her. And I think that honestly she was talking about the way that people criticize her because of her communication skills and the way that she expresses herself, and sometimes she hesitates in between answers. I thought that the only problem here was that she extended it too much. Actually, if she would have got the answer just before her last sentence, it would have been perfect. So if she just said thank you at that particular time, amazing, nothing to criticize. I wish that she acknowledged that people criticize her for her communications or whatever, but that she was just trying her best. I think that that would have been a very vulnerable and powerful moment that a lot of people would have been able to relate to. But regardless of that, was the answer perfect? No. At the very end, she didn't have time to finish it. But still, that doesn't take away from her and the quality that she brought to this competition. Her performance was flawless from beginning to end. And I think that it's refreshing as well to see candidates that are not perfect and that have insecurities, that are vulnerable, and that are not scared to be human on stage. So because of that, I love her, I appreciate her. If some people were expecting me to bash her or say that she wasn't good or she didn't deserve it, that's not gonna happen, okay? That's not gonna happen.
Let's call on Miss Pasay.
Miss Pasay.
Miss Pasay. Miss Pasay, if you could stop time for a day, how would you spend it?
If I could stop time, I would spend it with my family, especially my mother. It's been 2 years I don't see my family because they live in Italy, and I came here in the Philippines just by myself. So if I had a chance to spend one day, I would definitely be with my mom, and I would just tell her how much I love her and I miss her.
I'm sure she's proud of you. Thank you, Miss Pasay.
Let's talk about it. This was so good, in my opinion. I know that some people were complaining about the question, and especially in the time of the pandemic and so many things happening, that the fact that she will just think about her family was a little bit selfish. But honestly, I don't agree with that perspective at all. I think that this was very heartfelt, and this was just a very human instinct of her just talking about her family if she was able to stop time for one day. Honestly, it made me think of myself, because during the time of the pandemic, I was unable to see my mom for 2 years as well. And I was thinking, if someone asked me this question, I think that I would have answered it the same way. Why was this so effective? Well, when you look at Celeste, all throughout the competition, she was clearly one of the front runners in terms of beauty, in terms of styling, in terms of just technique, when it comes to the way that she presented herself during the challenges, where we were looking at facial features, when we were looking at the body. During the preliminary interview, we had this incident where we weren't really able to listen to her for a few hours because of the technical issues. But at the end of the day, on the final moments of the Q&A, she was able to prove that she was not just beauty and face, but that she also had a soul, that she had values and views about life that we can all relate to. And of course, even within the time of the pandemic, I think that wanting to spend some time with your mom, with your family, it's something that most of us can relate to. So to those who were not happy with the answer, I don't know what to tell you. I'm really happy with it. I think that it was honest, heartfelt, and it just had like a lot of emotion, and there's nothing wrong with that, so no complaints.
Next up, Miss Bohol. Well, we have one left, so
Honor is yours.
Come on,
Miss
Pauline.
Bohol, what is that one life-changing decision that you've made, and what was its impact on your life?
The life-changing decision I've made was to join Miss Universe Philippines again.
Yes. Ooh.
Despite being bashed
Powerful.
before for my body, being doubted by people, I found strength in myself. And this story can be a testament for other people to draw strength from too. That a second chance can be just as sweet, and you can still achieve your ultimate a second time around.
I can relate. Thank you, Miss Bohol.
All right, you guys. In terms of Q&A quality and in terms of making a statement and having an impactful answer, I think that Pauline really had one of the best answers of the night. And this is honestly the reason why I think that she cracked the top 3. First of all, I do agree with her that the fact that she decided to join Miss Universe Philippines once again was a very brave thing of her to do, especially considering the backlash that she received the first time that she joined the Miss Universe Philippines competition. And that's something that even I felt this year, especially when they released the swimsuit photos. Lots of people were commenting about her body and her look, and is it modified, is it enhanced? And I just thought that she was able to manage that situation very well. The fact that she mentioned that, going for second opportunities, it's something that is just as sweet and something that you still can aim and you should strive to try in life. It's a very good message to put out there, because so many people give up on their dreams after trying once and just failing, that sometimes they don't even try a second time. And sometimes you're just moments away from achieving your goal. You just have to keep trying. I know that Pia can relate to that for sure, because she had to try a few times to compete in Binibining Pilipinas before she ultimately won the crown of Miss Universe Philippines, and then ultimately she moved on to achieve the crown for Miss Universe. So if she didn't try again, if she didn't go against the doubters and the bashers and the haters, she wouldn't be where she is today and who she is today. So in terms of the answer, I agree 200% with Pauline. She presented it beautiful in such an eloquent, flawless way that I just, I have to admire her. I always said that she was one of the best communicators during the competition, and this particular Q&A was really a great way to prove exactly that. So there you go, everyone. That was my review of the top 5 Q&A moment of Miss Universe Philippines 2022. I know that a lot of people were asking for it, so here it is finally. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please also let me know in the comments what did you think about the candidate's performance and my comments and feedback, because I think that that's what really matters, for us to have interaction and make it a fun conversation. While you're at it, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like so that it gets recommended to more people. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel as well so you don't miss my new videos whenever I post, which I do almost every single day. Last but not least, always a tradition on this channel, come here and give me a hug. You know that I love you and I appreciate you. Thank you for coming and spending a few moments out of your day here with me. And until I see you next time, please stay safe, be kind to one another, sending you all my love, all my kisses, and I'll see you on the next one.